I want to get into pumping now. Pumping is something that I started very early on with CJ because, as I said before, I wanted to know that CJ was actually getting enough milk to drink when he was a baby. So I got my pump through my insurance. It was fully covered by them. If you can, get your prescription at the hospital and have them fill the prescription and bring it up to your room. They do have a pharmacy in your hospital that can fulfill these scripts if they have the pump in stock. The pump that I got is the Medela Pump and Style Advanced breast pump machine. It's a pretty small pump. It does get the job done. It's very easy to carry around. They do have pumping bras out there where you can put the bottle onto your bra and you don't have to hold it while you're pumping. But those bras are about $30 to $40, and I just didn't want to pay that much money for a pumping bra. So me, being the economical person that I am, I went to Walmart and I got a sports bra, and it was $5. There's no pads or anything in here, and what I did was make a little slit where the nipples would go so I can put in the pumping bottles. So this is how the bottle will look while you're pumping. So I take the, I don't know what you call these, I guess you would call them shields. They do have actual nipple shields for breastfeeding, so I don't want to confuse you guys, but we'll call these nipple shields for the sake of this video. And what you do is you have your bra on and you take this and you put it in here. Is start off on a low setting, and once I get used to it I can turn it up higher. You don't want to always turn it up high at the beginning because it will cause, you know, soreness, and you'll definitely feel it. One thing that I do want to show you guys though is that one time I forgot one of my bottles at home, so I can only pump one breast at a time. So I took out one of the cords, and you can take this yellow stopper here and put it over the other hole. That way you can pump one breast at a time. Now, one thing that might be easier for women is to pump into the bottle that you're actually going to feed in. I use glass bottles, so trying to put glass bottles on here would be too heavy and it would weigh it down. So I just stick with the plastic bottles. I actually have about 4 of these, and I do have other smaller plastic bottles that I use to pump with this bra. And once you're done, you just take these out and you rinse them out. And one thing I didn't know for the longest time is that this yellow thing comes off. You take that off and it's going to be easier to clean. I take my breast pump with me to work, and I carry it in this bag. This is not a pumping bag, but it doesn't matter. This is actually an old laptop bag that I have. And when I want to store it, I just take these cords, wrap the cords up. Just wrap it up, and then you put it in here and you can close the lid, and that keeps it together. And you just put it in your bag. Now, as far as the equipment, what I do is I just put this in a large Ziploc bag and put some paper towel in there, because once I rinse these out, the paper towel will catch all the excess water. Your body only knows how much milk to make based off what the baby takes out. So if your baby stops breastfeeding, then your body's not going to produce any more milk. So in order to get a milk production increase, what you want to do is breastfeed and then pump afterwards for about 20 to 30 minutes or 15 minutes in order to get your milk production to increase. If you guys have any questions, just let me know down in the comment section below, and I'll try to answer as much as I can. If you need to get more information about breastfeeding, I do recommend this book, which was recommended to me in some of my mommy groups that I'm in, The Womanly Art of Breastfeeding. It's a national bestseller book, and it's quite thick, so you will have a lot to read in here, and it just talks a lot about breastfeeding and also goes into starting salads with your baby, definitely check out this book. It's on Amazon. I'll put a link at the bottom where you guys can purchase this book. I had to put myself on a pumping schedule. Basically what I did was wake up and I pumped. Then when I got to work, I pumped in the morning. If I had time, I would pump on my lunch break, and then I would pump one time in the afternoon. When I got home, I would pump, and then I would pump before I went to bed. My job does not have a dedicated pumping room for breastfeeding mothers. So one thing I want to encourage women out there to do is, if your job doesn't have one, definitely be an advocate for yourself. I had to just really ask about a breastfeeding room. My coworkers and my manager were very understanding about it. They really helped me out, get the room that I need. Did, take some time to get settled in, because I had an incident where twice someone walked in on me and they just kind of had no regards to what I was doing. It did make me a little bit upset, but I was able to talk to my manager, and he was able to talk to other people to get them to understand what was going on. And then one of my co-workers actually had signs made for me to put on the door to let people know that, hey, this room is occupied, please come back in 20 minutes or 30 minutes. It's been about 20 minutes pumping at work. That's really all that I need. So I know a lot of my coworkers watch my videos, so I just want to say thank you to you guys for being so understanding, because it can be kind of difficult coming back to work after having a baby, especially being a first-time mom and not having the resources that you need. But it was my boss that really stepped up to help me to get room to pump in. And then if you guys are looking to get more information regarding breastfeeding, definitely check out kellymom.com, lelecheleague.com, and then for those of you in Detroit, Michigan and Shreveport, Louisiana, there's an organization called Black Mothers Breastfeeding Association, which is dedicated to increasing the rate of black mothers who are breastfeeding, because we as black women tend to breastfeed less than mothers of different ethnic groups, and they're really a great organization. I wish I had more time to attend their meetings that they have here in the Metro Detroit area, but I don't. So definitely check out the video that I created for that organization, see what they're all about, check out the websites, and join some mommy groups on Facebook. That's all that I have to say about this video regarding breastfeeding and pumping. Give this video a thumbs up and make sure you're subscribed to my channel if you're not subscribed. With that being said, I'm gonna get going, guys. I hope you guys have a great day. This is Mama Cece checking out. See you later. See you soon. Bye. I just wanted to show you this chair that I bought for CJ a while ago. It's called a Bumble chair, and it's actually really great for having babies to work out their back muscles so that they're able to sit up straight properly. So I try to put him in this as much as I can, especially while I'm feeding him. But I definitely recommend this chair to any new mom out there. I started CJ in this chair when he was about 5 months, but I know that you can start them off earlier. And I actually got this chair from a mom-to-mom sale on Facebook. And I know a lot of them do come with trays, but I didn't really realize that until after I bought it. It's something really good to have for your baby. It's pretty simple. Just strap them in here, and you can feed them or read to them or whatever. So definitely check this out. I love this chair. And check your mom-to-mom sales in your area on Facebook or at a local garage sale. Wait, don't go anywhere just yet. I did leave out a few things that I wanted to talk about with you guys. One thing that I do want to say about pumping is that it's actually a right. It is the law that you're able to pump at work. It's against the law to prevent them from doing so. You work in human resources, or you have the power to create a pumping room for women who may need that resource at work, please go ahead and do that. It's something that we all need, even if you don't think that we need it, because if it's gonna be a permanent room, make sure it's a room that no one else has access to, We don't need a room where we're just gonna find someone in there taking a nap or eating lunch. It should be exclusively for pumping mothers, where there's badge access for only mothers to get into. It should have a refrigerator and a sink and a nice relaxing chair for mothers to sit down and pump. And some advice for women: when you're at work pumping, just bring some photos of your baby to look at. I know I like to look at videos that I take on my cell phone of my son to help me relax, to be able to pump in peace. Now, if you don't have a permanent room for women to pump milk in, any room will do, as long as you can have that room provided for that mother temporarily for the time frame that she needs to pump. It has to be a room that no one can see into or see out of, in order that the mom has some privacy. The best thing to do is put up signs like I did. That's basically the advice that I want to offer for companies out there. Definitely don't forget about us breastfeeding mothers. We definitely really appreciate having these rooms. Another thing about pumping, moms, if you're pumping out there and the milk stops pumping out, don't worry about it. The milk will eventually continue to flow out. I know when I pump milk, my flow will stop like 2 to 3 times and then the milk will come out. So just continue to pump. Don't think that it's because nothing is coming out at the moment it's stopped. If you're going to pump at work, make sure when you get home that you at least breastfeed where the baby is latching on, so that you can get that bonding time with your little one, because I know how hard it is to go to work and then have to come back home. And sometimes you may not have a baby who wants to latch again after being on bottles for so long. But luckily for me, CJ is able to bottle feed, formula feed, and be at the breast if necessary. Now, a lot of women out there experience letdown, and letdown is just when your milk finally comes down, really. That's the best that I can explain it. Now, there's women who have a sensation where they feel like a tingling sensation or something like that. But for me, I don't feel anything. Nothing at all. I don't have a letdown. The milk just comes out and that's it. You can also have a point where you're engorged, and that's when you're not getting the milk out of there as soon as necessary. So the milk is getting backed up. I know I've gotten engorged a lot of times, and your boobs get really big and heavy, and they actually feel really hard. They get really hard, almost kind of like you got some bad silicone in there from a bad breast job. But anyway, so you definitely want to make sure that you get that milk out of there. I actually went up 2 cup sizes after I had CJ, and it took me a long time to come to terms with it, because I was like, man, I don't think that I grew this big, and honestly, I don't think I really got that big. I went from an A cup to a C cup. I was still trying to buy smaller bras, and I kind of just refused to keep going up in size, because it was like, for me, it was like, no way, I'm not this big. But yes way, I am that big. I actually ended up going into a store that sells bras, and they measured me and confirmed that my chest size had went up. So it wasn't really a big shock. I know that you do grow after you're pregnant, especially when you're breastfeeding, but it's just something that I couldn't really come to terms with. Many women use it to give milk baths. That's actually good for healing eczema. And CJ has eczema, but I haven't exactly used milk in his bath water to see how that would help him out. You want some camera time? A lot of women I've heard use it on diaper rashes, and you can put it on the baby's scalp if the baby has cradle cap. You can also make lotion and soap with it. So breast milk has a lot of good healing properties. It's just an all-around really great, I guess I could say, product. So even if your milk spoils or you leave it out overnight accidentally, don't throw it out. It definitely has other good uses for it. I do want to show you guys what my milk looks like. This is a bottle of pumped milk. As you can see, it's a nice milky white color. Sometimes it can be lighter than this. And I've actually tasted my milk a few times just to see what it tastes like. And it always has a sweet taste to it. So let's go ahead and try it right now just to see what my breast milk tastes like. It actually has a milky taste to it. It's a little bit sweet, but not something that I want to drink on a regular basis. Here's CJ. Mmm, yum yum. He already ate, so he's not hungry right now. But he's getting to that age where he is able to recognize his bottle, and if I don't give it to him fast enough, he yells at me. Right, CJ? Oh, that's my baby boy. So anyway, guys, thanks for sticking around just a little bit longer. We're gonna check out now for real this time. See you later. See you soon. Good night.